Alrighty, so I already made my Farsi alphabet no long ago, but I'm willing to share with you guys in here. So you see Farsi alphabet, Alif Bai Farsi, and the note pretty much said that Farsi is written in Arabic scriptures, including their very own additional letters, making it more as Perso-Arabic instead. It consists 32 letters in total. Persian is not related to Arabic. It is a borrowed word, or another word, loan word from Arabic. Persian is written from right to left. So when you see English, it writes from like left to right, whereas Farsi written from right to left. And there's no such thing as an upper and lower case letter in this language. There are initial, medium, final, and isolated form. And we are going to start with isolated form. Right here. And they write the letters silent out, like over there. So let's start with isolated form. Aleph, be, pe, te, se, jim, che, he, che, dal, zal, re, ze, je, sin, shin, sad, zad, ta, za, ain, chain, fe, kaf, kaf, qaf, lam, mim, nun, fa, he, ye. The thing about letter fa, some people pronounce it with a W instead of a V. It depends on the person themselves. So that's pretty much the isolated form right here. So now we talk about initial, medium, and final form, as well as isolated. So here in this part, I pretty much put this into one category, like isolated. But then there's initial when they start a letter right here. As like for instance, like right here. As like the initial form. And then as well as medium, which is like more in the middle of the sentences or a word. Like one of these. And also a final form when the word ends with a letter as like this yeah or such. For instance, we're gonna use Farsi as a example. Alrighty, so the first letter is fe, and as you can see, it's not isolated, but instead it's initial form. See, when you look at fe as an example, the isolated versus the initial. Isolated, initial. So it's pretty much like that. And moving on to the next letter is a aleph. And aleph is doesn't matter if it's medium or final because it both have the same writing. For instance, yeah. And moving on to the next letter, re. And the thing about re, it's isolated. It's not connected to any sorts of lettering, so we just leave it as is. And the next letter is sin. And sin, it's viewed as a isolated, not isolated, initial in here. For instance, like look at initial versus medium. Initial, medium. It looks different. And the very last letter is ye. And as you can see, ye is the final form. So when you look at yeah, it looks like that one is ending. And this is pretty much the writing system in Farsi. So yeah, this is it. I hope it helps someone out there in need, and I'll see you soon.